Hi, this is Music and Message, and this is More Than You Can Know. Asked her for a drink, I was thirsty in the heat. I came all the way to see her, hadn't anything to eat. She said, I see you're a good man. Why do you ask a drink from me? You can't even lend a helping hand, and your people don't even talk to me, understand? I told her go get her husband, 'cause I knew that she had had 5. She just changed the subject on me, so I showed her how to stay alive. Hey, God's wanting worshipers in spirit and truth, no answers to worldly well or its fountain of youth. You're loved more than you can know, worth more than all the world and all the wells that it holds. Love so much I'd die for you. If the truth be told, you are loved, oh, more than you know. She said when the Messiah comes, well, he'll tell us all things. Every tear will be wiped away, and every child will sing. And I told her, yep, that's me you're talking to. Then she left me here without a drink, telling the truth. Oh, you're loved more than you can know, oh, worth more than all the world and all the wells this world can hold. Love so much I'd die for you. If the truth be told, you're loved, oh, more than you could know. So look into the fields, the harvest of the ages, I'll be back soon. I said look into the fields, I'm paying wages, I'll give you your heavenly dues, your heavenly. Worth more than all the world and all the wells that it holds. Love so much I'd die for you. If the truth be told, you're loved, oh, more than you know. You're loved, oh, more than you know. More than you know, loved more than you could possibly know. She was so tired of having to come out here in the middle of the heat of the day and lug all these containers of water back into town, back and forth, back and forth. Well, with how her life had come down and the trouble that she'd seen and the embarrassment, she just couldn't stand to go out there with any other woman or man. And so she went out there alone in the heat of the day when nobody else was there. She was embarrassed and she felt out of place. She feels cut off, marginalized from her family and friends, put off, ashamed. Today, when she came out to the well, she found a man sitting there. He was obviously a Jew. So she was absolutely stunned when he asked her for a drink. See, Jewish people, they hadn't had anything. They don't do anything with the Samaritans. They don't talk to them. They're sworn enemies. This man at the well, his name is Jesus, and he simply had asked a woman for a drink. And after that, well, Let's pick up here what Apostle John says. He says it better. Jesus answered and said unto her, if you knew the gift of God, who it is that saith to you, give me a drink, you'd ask of him, and he would have given you living water. The woman saith unto him, Sir, you don't have anything to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of this water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. No, come here to keep going out here. Jesus said unto her, go. He says to her then, go call your husband and come hither. Tell him to come here, your husband. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, you said well, thou hast said well, I have no husband, for you've had 5 husbands, and he whom thou hast now is not your husband. In that he said, truly. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive you're a prophet. Our fathers worship here in this mountain. See, you change the subject. And you say that Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. We worship here, you worship there. She's hung up on the way her people go about things. The so-called kind Samaritans, or the so-called you guys, the good Jews. Kind Samaritans are the good Jews. She's hung up on that. But he tells her, Jesus tells her, the hour cometh, and now is, when true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman left her water pot and went her way into the city, and saith to the men, Come see a man which told me all things that I ever did. Is not this the Christ? You can find that in John 4. Now, the woman at the well learned that the answer to her thirst was to be found in the very one who was speaking to her. It's good advice. Whatever Jesus says to do it. Mainly if we believe he is who he says he is. God's only son that loved us so much that he died for us and he rose from the grave, defeating death. Then we apply that faith and put it into action. When she said to him that your people say we should worship in Jerusalem and my people say Samaria, he's just stated that pretty soon in her life that wasn't going to be the matter anymore. That isn't going to matter anymore. See, the Samaritans came from Ahab and Jezebel, and that's not good. And in Jerusalem, well, what did they do? They crucified Jesus. Now he said, now the salvation is of the Jews. He said that. So there is a better way, you know. Okay, so neither way did things completely right. There has to be a better way. There always has to be a better way. But neither way did things completely right. But who does? Who does do anything completely right? Only Jesus did everything right. Well, picking back up here, he next told the woman, God is seeking those who will worship him in spirit and in truth. And once you find Jesus, he gives us forgiveness and the self-worth of knowing how much we are loved, that someone died for us, and no one is better. We all fall short of God's glory. Stop right there. How much are you worth? Are we worth? That somebody would die for us. That somebody would die for you. Forgive us for our sins by paying the price for those sins on the cross. Jesus did that. That forgiveness and that relationship with God and that power of resurrection, that is the power that enables us to settle down, stop looking for love in all the wrong places, and for some, stop lighting the fire. Stop lighting the fire that opens up all those doors, the wrong doors. Things like excess alcohol, the wrong drugs, and wrong hurts, habits, and addictions. This is the power I'm pointing at, the power of Christ. That's the power that can get us past our worldly wells. The love of Christ finds us at our wells. And he loves us enough that he died for us. He loves us more than we can know. You're loved more than you know. Oh, worth more than all the world and all the wells that it holds. Love so much I'd die for you if the truth be told. Your love is oh more than you could know. Your love is oh more than you can know. This has been Music and Message. Have a fantastic week.